to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, welcome and thank you for attending this evening's meeting. Just for your point of reference, off to your rear and to the right is an exit, as well as to the front, marked with the word exit. First order of business, I want to take a roll call. Trustee Berenger is absent. Trustee Ferraro.
Present.
Trustee Carl. Nope, he's absent. Trustee O'Connor.
Present.
And Mayor Dwyer is here. Thank you. Next order of business is a retirement resolution for Diane
Now the
Martini.
approval of the minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. I need a motion to approve the minutes as submitted by the clerk, please.
I'll make the motion.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business, retirement for Diane Martini from the Secretary for the Police Department. Trustee Ferraro, you want to read that out?
Okay. Diane Martini has formally announced her retirement, along with notification from the New York State and local retirement system after 32 years of dedicated service to the village's police department. Mrs. Martini's last day of employment is June 21st, 2024. Resolved, the Board of Trustees acknowledges Mrs. Martini's retirement and do thank her for her service and wish her the best in her retirement. I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
O'Connor will second.
Call the question?
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Thank you, Diane.
32 years. Congratulations.
32 years. The next order of business is the appointment to part-time code enforcement officer Brian Barberina. I'm going to give that to Trustee O'Connor, please.
And be it resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts the recommendation of Mayor Dwyer and appoints Brian Barberena, 18 Helms Hill Road, Washingtonville, New York, 10992, to the part-time position of Code Enforcement Officer with an effective date of June 10th, 2024. Mr. Barberena will work 20 hours per week at an hourly rate of $25 per hour. Pre-approval has been given from Orange County Department of Human Resources. And I'd like to put that into a form of a motion.
Second, please.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye. Welcome aboard, Brian. Next order of business is the bid award for the South Pond dredging project. On Friday, May 31st, 2024, a bid opening was held at 10 a.m. A total of 5 bids were submitted for the South Pond dredging project. Spectra Serve, 75 Jacobus Avenue, Kearney, New Jersey, 07032 was the low bidder of the project, submitting a bid in the amount of $1,265,247. Eric Zimmerman, P.E., reviewed all the bids and recommends to the board to award the bid to SpectraServe, the lowest responsible bidder. Therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts the engineer's recommendations and awards the bid for the South Pond dredging project to SpectraServe, 75 Jacobus Avenue, Kearney, New Jersey, 07032, in the amount of $1,265,247, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, event application for South Orange YMCA Color Run. An event application was submitted by the Orange YMCA for a color run to be held on October 5, 2024, utilizing the walking paths around Crane Park, setting up in front of Beck's Hardware. The application has been reviewed and approved by the DPW and Building Department. The Police Department has also reviewed and approved the application. Additional police services include 2 officers on 3 hours of overtime to assist with the traffic control on Mill Pond Parkway and Lake Street. Officers will monitor the event and provide any necessary assistance. Additional cost of the police services is $462, of which 20% is paid for by the YMCA, $92.40. The South Orange YMCA has also submitted a request that the $50 application fee be waived, as they are a nonprofit 501c3. So we'll take the first one first. Resolve the Board of Trustees approve the event application submitted by the South YMCA for the Color Run on Saturday, October 5, 2024, from 7 a.m. to 12 noon, utilizing the walking paths around Crane Park. I need a motion.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Okay. Call the question?
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business to be it further resolved, the Board of Trustees waives the $50 application fee due to the South Orange YMCA being a nonprofit 501c3, so I need a motion to waive the fee, application fee.
Ferraro, make the motion.
Second,
O'Connor will second.
call the question?
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Okay. So, I think we had. We have one item I'm missing? Yeah, the truck, no, property, no. Okay. Council, yep, okay. Okay, I have nothing at this time. Trustee Ferraro?
Just that we had our first review of our plans to upgrade the play area in Airplane Park. I met with our designer from Play by Design, Lisa, and we met with some of the children from the Pine Tree Elementary School. We spoke only for about an hour, but very interesting. They had a lot of ideas, and they're so looking forward to this. So that's the first step in the right direction.
There you go, thank you.
Nothing for me.
Okay, council, do you have anything?
No.
Okay, anyone from the public that should speak, please? Just give the clerk your name and,
Good evening. Tom LaPola, 13 Seals Drive, Monroe, New York. First off, I'd like to congratulate Diane Martini. I know Diane well and her husband Phil. If she's being filmed and she's watching this, all the best to Diane, Phil, and her family. Now a question for you. Did the taxes go out?
Yes.
I didn't get mine. I'd have to come.
copy of tomorrow's mail.
I know my neighbor. No big deal. That's not why I came here for. I could always make a phone call. Just want to quote an article from the Photo News and just maybe get a little insight.
Sure.
This is section. These penalties, if the code is approved, could include jail time, making certain property violations a criminal offense. Now, I did some code enforcement as a New York City firefighter, and I get how serious code violations can be. And I've seen code violations which threaten life, and I've never seen anyone thrown in jail for it. After the fact, maybe if somebody was hurt or they lost their lives due to the violations, that's a different story. But before then, I'm just curious, what violations would you be considering that would incur jail time? Or you haven't gotten to that point yet?
Jail time is at the discretion of the Justice Court.
Yeah, but what violations would, I mean, that would have to be part of the local law, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and right now, it's any violation of property maintenance.
So lawn,
zoning.
cutting your lawn, you could go to jail for cutting your lawn, not cutting your lawn.
There's also discretion.
Obviously, there's discretion, but that's,
Well, you can let me speak or you can interrupt me. So that's also at the discretion of the code enforcement officer. So I doubt seriously if anyone's gonna get thrown in jail because their lawn is too high.
okay, fair enough, we've heard those words before in the past. And just so, I'm gonna be kind of blunt here. I had my neighbor, young man, 3 young kids, you know, he's working hard, he's doing the best he can. And I saw the code enforcement agent pull up in front of his house. I knew he's been taking care of his lawn, and I asked him what he was doing there. I have a right to. And he explained he had an anonymous complaint because his lawn was too high. You know, and we're threatening people with jail. The lawn, I mean, granted, the local code's gonna make specifics and leave it to the discretion. But if you read this, as in any other civilized society, for code violations, now maybe if you're talking locked exits and overcrowding and things like that, that I can see, and you're chopping up buildings and making money off of it and greed, I get that, but we better be very clear how we address these laws. Because code and don't get me wrong, I like to see my neighbors take care of their property as well as I like to do the same for me. But be very careful how you write this law, because it impacts this whole community. And threatening people with jail time, even subtly, is a very scary motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, if there's nothing further, I need a motion to go into attorney-client for the purposes of personnel. You got a motion?
I'll make the motion.
O'Connor will second.
Call the question?
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
By rights so carried. Thank you. And thank you.
Folks, have a good evening.
You too, Tom.